Okay, let's unpack this. It's a deeply counterintuitive idea, really, one that could reshape how you approach life. What if letting go of control, trying less hard, actually gives you more power? Today, we're diving into the profound wisdom of Alan Watts, drawing from his insights on, well, embracing the mystery of not knowing, understanding why that can be incredibly liberating.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here is how this concept, which feels so, so radical to our modern way of thinking, planning, managing everything, it actually echoes some really ancient spiritual traditions. Our mission today, I think, is to really understand why trusting the flow rather than trying to force things might just be the most intelligent, the most effective thing you can do.
Right. And here's where it gets really interesting. Watts, he draws from the Upanishads, those ancient Indian texts, right? He says, if you think you understand Brahman, which is like their term for the ultimate reality of the universe, you do not. But if you know that you do not understand, then you truly understand. It's such a paradox, isn't it?
It really is.
Almost like trying to see your own eyes without a mirror, or a knife trying to cut itself. The very thing you're looking for, that understanding, is actually what's doing the looking. What do you make of that? That seeking itself can sometimes get in the way.
That's a profound point.
Oh.
It really brings up this innate human urge we have to grasp things, to control knowledge, label everything. But in that moment of truly not knowing, letting go of that mental sort of grasping, something else happens. A deeper kind of listening can begin. It's not about being ignorant, obviously. It's more about maybe transcending the limits of just thinking, just concepts. And that can lead to this profound peace with mystery. It's like when you stop trying so hard to remember a name.
Oh, yeah, and then it just pops into your head later.
Exactly. When you stop forcing it.
That is so relatable. And we exhaust ourselves trying to manage and plan and, force things our way. That constant effort, it's draining.
Incredibly draining.
But the paradox is, like you said, when you stop clinging so hard, stop defending, that energy, it doesn't just vanish. It actually comes back to you. It frees you up, doesn't it, from that constant friction. You suddenly see possibilities you missed because you were so busy trying to control the outcome. Reminds me of that vacation I tried to plan minute by minute. Ended up missing all the best spontaneous stuff.
Right. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this aligns so well with trusting the Tao. That fundamental way or principle in Chinese philosophy. The Tao just flows. It moves left, it moves right, it supports things, but doesn't dominate, doesn't take credit. It's not about giving up or being passive, not at all. It's more about aligning with something much, much larger than just our own will.
Okay.
So maybe when you feel stuck, instead of pushing harder, you pause and ask, what's the natural, maybe effortless next step here, even if it feels weird compared to how you usually operate?
That idea of alignment, it really comes alive with examples, doesn't it? So how does this actually work, like in the real world? Think of the Kon-Tiki expedition. Thor Heyerdahl, the explorer. He didn't fight the ocean.
No.
He trusted the ancient raft design. Let the balsa wood swell and tighten naturally in the water. Let the currents carry him. Flying fish literally landed on deck for breakfast. Things kind of worked for him precisely because he wasn't forcing it. He was cooperating.
Spot on. And you wonder if he had tried to micromanage every gust of wind, every wave.
Would he have even made it? Probably not.
Probably not. And this applies just as much to decision making, I think. We worry endlessly about having all the facts. But the truth is the variables are infinite. You can never have all the facts.
Right.
Often the really good decisions, they don't feel hammered out by pure logic. They just sort of pop out intuitively. Think about great leaders in business. Often they succeed not by dictating every single move, but by delegating, by trusting their teams. They create a living organism, really,
Yeah.
not some rigid dictatorship.
That's a great image, like life itself.
Exactly. Life functions through constant delegation. Your cells don't report to some central HQ, right? They cooperate. When you let go of trying to control every little variable, you're tapping into that same dynamic. You allow solutions, opportunities to just emerge.
So what we've really explored here is that letting go, it isn't weakness. It's not apathy. It's actually a kind of profound intelligence, like a boat letting go of its anchor, trusting the current, aligning with how things actually are, letting life flow through you instead of constantly rowing against it.
And that brings us to the final, maybe the deepest mystery here. The universe, life, it often gives you what you want. But only when you stop clutching at it so desperately. When it doesn't have to answer your will, it seems to respond better to trust, to presence. When you can truly rest in that, the world can open itself up in surprising often effortless ways.
So here's something to consider. What if the biggest obstacles you face aren't really external things? What if they're actually your own attempts to control what's already unfolding perfectly well on its own?